How's it going, everybody? If you would, for me, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Have another review for you, and that review is going to be for the movie The Rip. Yeah, The Rip. So, The Rip is a new 2026 film directed by Joe Carnahan. So, if you guys aren't familiar with Joe Carnahan, he directed Smoking Aces. I think more recently he directed Cop Shop. Uh, and he did the A-Team remake as well too. So he's done a few movies, Boss Level, Narc. So judging off of all those movies I listed, you kind of know what type of director this guy is. So he's more that he's more that action oriented, like kind of at times Tarantino ish type director, but he then makes like non Tarantino ish type films. So, but we have this new movie called The Rip. It is a crime thriller, slightly action film, and it stars Matt Damon. This is a big cast. You got Matt Damon and Ben Affleck working together again. Who I thought was weird because they don't really they're not in movies too often together. I know the last movie they were in was The Last Duel, and then before The Last Duel, they were in Good Will Hunting together. So that's like the gap. You know, you think after Good Will Hunting and how good they were in that together, they would be in more movies together, and they've only been in like this is like their third movie together, and they actually wrote Good Will Hunting together. So yeah, like so you got Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Teyana Taylor, Stephen Yeun from The Walking Dead. You got Kyle Chandler. You got Scott Adkins. It's a big cast. Okay, it's huge. So this basically uh this is a movie that it was inspired on an actual it was an actual drug bust back in the 90s. It was a Miami-Dade drug bust, I believe, and it was actually a $22 million drug bust. So not exactly a true story, but just based on a true story. So you have the main. Uh, I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, Matt Damon in here. He plays uh, the guy who was actually involved in the Miami Dade drug bust. His name is Chris. I can't remember his last name, but yeah, Chris. And basically, he he gets this. He he basically gets this. He gets this Crime Watch thing on his cell phone. He gets his Crime Watch, and the Crime Watch basically tells him to click on a link. He goes, "Link, what is this?" And he clicks on this link, and they're saying that there's a stash house, and inside the stash house is basically what they call a rip, and the rip is for $150,000. So Matt Damon, uh, with his best friend, who in the movie is played by Ben Affleck. I think I think the guy who played Ben Affleck's brother in here. I think his name. I think that was Scott Adkins. Be completely sure of that one. It was Scott Adkins. So he decides to take his team. You know, Steve Ewan is in the team. Teyana Taylor's in this team. What's the girl? I think her name was Sasha Kali is also in the team as well too. So they're all basically narcotics officers, and they just not only that, there's a mystery behind one of their own got killed, and they got to figure out how does the murder of one of their police officers tie in with the stash house. There's this whole, and you just got to figure out what is going on here, because this is not only a mystery, but it's a really suspenseful mystery as well too. You got to figure out who's doing what, you know, who has an ulterior motive. $150,000, that's a lot of money. Uh, so that's what they have to do. Or is that really the case? So, what I like about this movie, uh, if you know anything about Joe Carnahan and his directing style, or if you've seen any of his movies, I think I've practically seen all his movies. I didn't see Boss Level. I think that's the one I didn't see was Boss Level. So with Joe Carnahan, you're gonna get 1 to 2 Joe Carnahans. You're gonna get the Joe Carnahan, who directed Smoking Aces or Cop Shop, the really Tarantino-ish type dialogue and just over the top violence and insanity. That's basically what you're gonna get with him. Or you're gonna get a more grounded Joe Carnahan who directed more crime dramas like Narc. So I will tell you though, this is the more grounded, more pulled back Joe Carnahan. Because this movie is like grounded. It's definitely grounded. And the thing you have to see with it is, uh, when it's the suspense throughout the entire movie just works, and I think he did a really good job of doing the suspense. I found myself actually winding back some dialogue parts because the dialogue in here is so good. I actually liked, even if some of it is a little cliche. You kind of heard some of this dialogue before, but it does work, and I honestly think, this works to be suspenseful because you're on edge the whole time. You don't know, you have no idea who is dirty. You have no idea who's good, and that type of that type of dynamic in this movie will leave you on suspense. And I'm surprised we got something this good considering it's a Netflix exclusive. Because I know every once in a while Netflix can actually make a really good exclusive, and I was really pleasantly surprised with this one because like I didn't even know, I went in not knowing who directed it, nothing. I knew Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were in it, but that's all I really knew. And it was a crime drama, so I thought this was really good. Teyana Taylor continues to impress me in everything that she's in. Um, if you're still denying whether if Teyana Taylor is a good actress or not, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing yourself. She's amazing, and she's good in this too. Um, I don't think anyone had a really wink link in here. That was until the end of the movie, and I'll kind of get to that too. There's just one thing about certain stuff I don't like, uh, with certain character reveals, but I think, like I said, I think for this type of movie, it is a really good suspenseful movie. Keep you tense the whole time. And again, like I said, and this is, I want to say it's based on a true story. It's like inspired. It's like loosely inspired on a true story about an actual, like I said, Miami Dade drug bust for like $22 million. And it'll have you. It'll keep twisting and turning too on you. It'll definitely twist and turn on you. I think my biggest issue with this movie is you've seen this type of movie before. Uh, think of, I'll tell you what. Play. Let's say you play a game, right? You put up, so every police, uh every like movie, cop film that you've seen, take all those stereotypes and all those tropes and you put them on a dartboard, right? Throw on a put on a blindfold and just throw a dart blindly at that board, and I'm guaranteed you're gonna land on every cop stereotype, because that's what's in it. It's every trope you can think of: dirty cops, police lingo, uh, you name it. You've seen this type of movie before, though. It's been done. It's been done before, and it's been done. It's been done quite a bit. Like that's the whole time I was watching this. Buddy cop, whatever, shootouts, you name it. It's been done a billion times. But again, I think what makes this movie work is up into those points. I thought the suspense was really good. I really think at moments it really does keep you guessing. You don't really know. Uh, you don't know who or what's going on. And then even when it got to the ending, I don't know. I don't know how I felt about the ending either. I didn't really care for it. And then when they reveal what was going on, I was like, oh really? Okay. I was like, all right, I guess. Um, it was like the ride up into the end point was fun though. I will say that, and it kept me in suspense, and I'll definitely give it that. So for that, this one, I'm gonna go a little moderate with it. Like it's not a bad moderate. You know what? No, no. Let's go solid. Let's go solid because I'll do solid just because I had fun with it. I will say up into the ending, I was really enjoying it. It is definitely a solid. Recommend the Rip. It is solid. I was surprised with this. Like I said, being a Netflix exclusive. Um, because there's another Netflix exclusive that I will review. And oh boy, I got words for that one. But no, as far as the Rip, I think I think this movie otherwise does work. And then is Joe Carnahan, so he does these type of style movies. But yeah, I'm a yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and like I said, give this um, yeah, like I said, it's going to be a solid recommend. I said moderate at first. Again, I think with Lilo and Stitch, I was kind of in between on this one too, but I will say a solid recommend. So for this one as well, thoroughly surprised with this one. So it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix exclusive. Definitely check it out. And if you saw the Rip, tell me what you thought about it. In the comments section. We can duke it out in the comments section. You can tell me what you thought about it, and I will see you in the next review. Peace.